stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part one of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Aggedor, that's Aggedor, on Mublet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin.
It was the Anglo-American alliance that stood up and fought the tyranny which you hate. So did Norway. So did Denmark. So did the Scandinavians as well, who stood up and fought.
What do you think of Sweden?
Sweden was neutral.
What do you think of Sweden?
I think if people had been neutral against Hitler, Hitler would have won.
Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. I hope, indeed I pray, that we shall not be found unworthy of our victory if after toil and tribulation it is granted to us. For the rest, we have to gain the victory. That is our task. Let us therefore brace ourselves to our duty, and so bear ourselves that if the British Empire and its commonwealths last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
We shall not fail or falter, we shall not weaken or tire. Neither the sudden shock of battle nor the long-drawn trials of vigilance and exertion will wear us down. Give us the tools, and we will finish the job.
We shall go on to the end. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
And good evening and welcome to the English Defence League radio show, broadcasting live on blogtalkradio.com. The English Defence League radio show, the truth and the voice of the EDL. Tonight's radio show is called the English Defence League radio show, Tommy Robinson's trial, day 1. I want to say welcome to the English Defence League radio show with your host, Jeff Spider Mitchell. And this evening, my wingman and panellist is Mr. Dave Aggedor Milner. Jan the Tornado Rennie is on the siren, and Jan will join us when she can. Tonight, as we do this show, it is the first of a 2-day trial for Mr. Tommy Robinson, or should we call it what it is, a kangaroo court, to try and judge an innocent man. It says it all today for speaking out against the scum who rape jihads our daughters. And we speak out against this evil, you're going against the evil in power's narrative. That is to say, like the 3 wise monkeys, we see nothing, we hear nothing, we speak nothing. The cowards in power are corrupt, evil and perverse. Time for a big change. With that, those who make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. That was President John F. Kennedy, and also go on to say all that's necessary for evil to prevail is that good men Do Nothing. And that was by the late, great Edmund Burke. So with that, without further ado, my goodness me, Dave, have we got... Oh, hang on. We'll turn the big show before I do that. As time allows, we'll examine events from the UK, United States, across the planet. Things we warned about 7 years now are coming to pass. No surrender ever. With that, let me pass you to my partner in crime, Mr. Dave Agador Milner. As he comes through the door, and such a quick swivel round the biscuit barrel and grabs half an handful of biscuits. And jogs to his normal place, sits down, and he picks up the mic and... Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, Jeff, and good evening to everybody in the UK, and good afternoon to everybody in the United States, and happy Independence Day, guys, and hello to everyone around the planet.
And with all that's going on today, my mind has diverted that this was a great celebration for you great folks in United States of America. Wow, what a day. And I don't know what's happening. You're having something up. Well, it seems like you're having a couple of tanks on the street or something like that, which the whole Democrats didn't like that too much today. I love it, man.
Well, the Democrats don't like anything that shows patriotism, Jeff. But I just want to say, if I can remember this correctly, this is what I posted to everybody on all the places where I can be found on social media. I said, everyone, please have a safe and fun Independence Day, and do not forget, our military that guards our republic, and the law enforcement officers that guard our streets. That's what I said, and my fellow Americans, I hope you guys are having a safe and fun Independence Day. Go out there and pop them fireworks. Do some of that barbecuing. Get out there on the lake, have a good time, and check out our show. And of course, as I said, hello to everybody around the world and off Earth. Yeah, come on down here. On the 4th of July, guys. Have a good time. Jeff, we have got a pretty monstrous show tonight, my friend. We are going to talk a lot about. But Jeff, you got. I want to. I don't want to step on you, but you actually have some news about the veterans. We spoke about them in the last program, and you actually came across some news, brother. You want to talk about that before we swing into the Tony Robinson
it was
stuff?
from a veteran. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he was. He come to it overjoyed, and he's filling up with tears. He'd done an interview. This gentleman and a couple of the other veterans had done an interview with the Daily Mail, I think it was, and a couple of others, and spoke about the plight of the veterans since the treaty and what they're trying to do. And it seems as though Boris Karloff, not Boris, Bobo, Boris. Bobo, big Bobo, isn't it? Yeah,
go ahead.
He said that if he gets in power, if he gets the prime ministership, he will just push it to the side. He's not. They're going to not have anything more to do with this situation, what the veterans had to go through. So that was the gentleman was overjoyed. So I just now I hope I pray for the veterans that if Boris Bobo the Clown Johnson is it Bobo the Clown or Johnson? I can't remember. Yeah, well if he gets into power, then it's quite obvious. He knows the feeling of, and it'd be good. It'll make a change for someone to care about the sensitivities of our veterans who stood firm and fought for the country and did what they did, and not to be stabbed in the back. It's a brute, what we've seen with the with the previous Prime Minister and her entrails, or whatever they call them.
Entrails?
It seems if he does that, then he'd have a lot of respect, not just from the veterans, but from people like ourselves. I've got no time for politicians. I've got no time for Boris Johnson. But if he does that, I'm not even going to give him a chance, really. You just got to do it, mate. You got to do it. You know, there's no doubt about it. Just because May sat on it and didn't give a toss, you better do what what says on your label. You said that's on your label, mate. Why should these poor men have the stress of, thinking that they might be called to a court, same as Tommy, innocent men being dragged to a court, kangaroo court, which I said today, it was with Tommy Robinson, like a kangaroo court, wasn't it? Really true for it. In law, there's nothing that stands up there. All this crap about hurting insensitivities of the poor Rachel Haddy mob. I mean, who gives a flying monkey's fart, mate? Really?
Yeah.
To upset them, let them upset and swinging on a bloody rope, as far as I'm concerned, Dave.
Right.
Do that to our kids. But yeah, as I say, I was overjoyed. I see that gentleman, an old gentleman with tears in his eyes, and my good old welled up. And at least he's had some good news. It's been a hard-fought thing, but it's still got to come to pass yet, isn't it? I always look at it like that.
Yeah.
Can't jump two steps ahead before you wait for the total outcome. So. If it all goes well. And of course, this Jeremy, what is his name? His aunt. He said some quite bad things, actually. So I think he's really he's on the way out, not even getting near close to the door. I think he was disliked all around. And I think the thing about Johnson is they might think he's a bit of a clown, but they think he's probably the right man for the job. And Hunt is the other word. We want to see another one of those in power.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, theoretical. Yeah.
You know me, mate. And almost.
Oh yeah. Oh no. You didn't say it though, Jeff. The entire time we had a discussion about cursing folks on the show. A few days ago or whatnot, and Jeff said, I never used that C word, and he never has, not to my experience. I don't think he's ever used that word ever.
It's a strong word, isn't it? Especially when you've got a listening audience out there, Dave. That's what I mean. Not only just a listening audience, but some people sit there listening to your broadcast with the kids around them. I don't really, They're mad to send their kids out of the room because Jeff's on their mic and he's all for profanities and all that. Because no, it's just what I've always worked as a G-rated, unless I get wound up over something that really sort of winds me up, and then I might throw the occasional F-bomb out there, ladies and gentlemen, and you know me by now. That's what I do, but that's about the strongest word that I would use. It's just it's not appropriate, is it?
Well, Jeff, and for my part, we might as well explain this here. Why not? Because this also works for the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL. UBG on EDL over at Spreaker.com. I usually go by the American standards for use of profanity. It's not because I go, ooh, clutch the pearls. Somebody said a cuss word. My old man, used to cuss like a sailor. But I know me, and I know that if I get in the habit of cursing like that, not only does it make the message less accessible for the kids and people like that, Jeff, as you correctly pointed out, but I know me, and I know that one day I would slip up and let that come out. Like for instance, when I was talking to Lonnie Poindexter, who's the host of Lion Chasers Radio on Urban Family Talk, which is a Christian concern, and you don't want to be dropping F-bombs when you're talking to people like that. I think it comes out okay. Guys, remember, I don't look down on people who drop the occasional F-bomb or anything. I just want to make the message accessible to everybody because it's so important, Jeff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it puts you. Let's be honest, though. If you're people with, a high vocabulary of profanities, it's just like kills the message. Just like, oh my goodness me, talk about bucket mouth, like, I mean, that's how it that's how it comes over to you. The message is spoilt when you do that, isn't it? That's what I'm saying, right? But we sort of been doing these shows for many years, and no, it's what I was always used to when I was on Power Talk. I used to keep it a G-rated room because you could have it as an R-rated, but then you have everybody using the profanities just to show off or something. Oh, that's
right.
What it
Yeah.
anybody comes swearing in the G-rated room back in the time there, I'll just kick them off. Say, hey, I'll give you one chance. Either you retract what you just said there, or you apologise, or I will kick you out. I'll boot you. So they'll either give me a load of more crap just to show off to their mates, and then I'll just jog them on, you know what I mean? Because I'm not having, I like running a steady ship, don't you know, Dave? A steady ship in stormy waters, don't you know? But it's true, isn't it, Dave? I mean, I don't think all the time I've known you, Dave, the close I've heard you is you're bloody when you're doing the show. Really? It's true.
Well, yeah.
It's true, ladies and gentlemen. I know Dave for quite a number of years now. And I know when he's wound up because he'll say bloody. And you don't stretch it any further than that, because I've never known you to do that, Dave. Not as long as I've known you, anyway.
Well, I may have said it once or twice, but it's so rare. But anyway, man, what we have, guys, today we're going to talk a bit about day one of the Tommy Robinson trial, and we've got 3 recordings here. It all comes down to about a 39-minute statement that Tommy Robinson made before he went into court. I'm going to read this bit here, Jeff, if you don't mind. This was from TR News from today. Enemy of the state. I'm not guilty, Your Honor. Now, guys, you can find this on tr.news. You go there, you can find this statement and look at it for yourself, the entire thing. I'm going to read this. This isn't very long, and then we'll get into the statements, Jeff. Okay, Tommy Robinson. I am an enemy of the state. I'm not guilty, Your Honor. Okay, Tommy is in court again today because the British government are not too keen on him being a public figure who tells the truth. Successive governments hid the truth about Muslim pedophilia, child grooming gangs. Tommy brought attention to the industrialized rape of British children 10 years ago. Yes, he did. Tommy has been fighting and exposing the feckless, weak political enablers of child gang rape ever since. Tommy has confronted, challenged, and exposed Muslim pedophilia groomers who rape, molest, pimp, beat, and abuse vulnerable young girls, and I'll add to that, and boys. That is why he is an enemy of the state. Here is a statement that Tommy prepared to read in court as part of his defense. Please share it. And yeah, guys, if you can go there, you can share that out on your social media. Jeff, okay, let me say there's a little bit more here down at the bottom here. Okay, we are all Tommy Robinson. Justice for Tommy is the hashtag. If you want to look into the background of this political persecution, please click here and here and here. There are places where you guys can find background on this if you're not spun up on it. We've done quite a bit of that up here on the show, of course. And Jeff, if you're ready, I'll go ahead and play the first of these three parts of this statement, brother. This is about...
Yeah, before you do that, something I've got to just say before we play the first part is, if, say, Tommy is found guilty, that sets a heavy precedent for the media, the future of the way that the whole thing will be taken. Just to that's a bit of a footnote underlining what we've just been talking about. That's
right.
the way, how important this case is, and how, really and truthfully, the mainstream media should really be looking at this careful, because they'll be affected by the judgment, one way or the other. They will be affected by it, Dave. So I just want to put that little footnote there, Dave, just to let people know.
Of course.
Yes, it's about Tommy's freedom and a free man being put on trial for no reason at all. It's a kangaroo court. Seems really sad, doesn't it, Dave, that in the United Kingdom today we talk about these courts as like a kangaroo court. But unfortunately, it's becoming more like a banana republic as the days go by. With that, Dave, let me pass it back to your brother, because you're ready to roll that first one of our 3 tapes there. So go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'm okay. You know what, Jeff? I'm going to go ahead and do that, but I want to shift. I want to shift things here around just a little bit. Okay, we're almost at the half-hour point, and what I'm thinking about doing, if you don't mind, is running the SHR Media promos here, and then we'll start once we come back. That way we'll have it in kind of a half-hour bite, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll when we come back after about 3.5 minutes.
Fine, Dave.
So good?
Just give me time when we're playing that, and I can go into callback mode and call back in. But Dave,
cool.
Over to you, brother. Yeah. Let's roll our jingles. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Yeah, a little early for that, but that's all good, Jeff. Yeah, the English Defense League radio show is associated with the SHR Media Network. And, of course, guys, all you have to do to access that is go to shrmedia.com or the SHR Media YouTube page. Of course, this show is also associated with my own show under my own flag, UBG on EDL, The Unpleasant Blind Guy. And that can be heard at Spreaker.com. And the show times for that, by the way, are Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern in the United States and 6 p.m. British Summer Time, and Saturdays at midnight Eastern in the United States and at 5 a.m. in the UK. We have a lot of great programs over at SHR Media, a lot of friends of this show, people who are friends of this show, and we're going to roll this right now, guys. This is going to be about 3.5 minutes. You're listening to the English Defense League radio show, and we're going to be back with some great stuff. Just hang in there.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunnett. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunnett.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truth on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
The new show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny. On shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad. Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 2. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye.
The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini.